Hey everybody, this is Sunglass Rob from SportRx, and I'm here with optician extraordinaire TJ to talk about the best Costa men's glasses for 2019. If you're finding this information helpful, but you want to dive really deep and learn a lot more, there's going to be a blog down below that's going to go over everything in detail, pictures, images, clicks, links, all that good stuff. So feel free to check that out. All right, TJ. 2019, Costa has some amazing sunglasses, a really big collection, and I think people need a little bit of help figuring out which ones are the best of the best and which ones to get.
Well, where do we start? With the hardcore?
I think we got to start with the hardcore because Costa was made to be on the water, and that's their collection to be on the water. And if you're going to start with the hardcore, you got to start with the Tuna Alley. The Tuna Alley has been and still is the best-selling pair of Costas, and I think that's for valid reasons. It has venting where you need it, a lot of coverage, fits a lot of different faces, really soft, really comfortable. I'd say it fits just about everybody. It's like one of those one size fits most. I got a kind of a bigger head. You're kind of more medium average.
So, yeah.
Feel like they fit me just great. Feel like they fit you just great.
Yeah, these feel really nice.
Can't really go wrong with the Tuna Alley. I mean, I feel like we sell a lot of Tuna
It's got
Alleys.
the ventilation, rubbers, to
Yeah.
kind of give you a grippier feel. Very performance directed.
Yeah, looks performance, works performance. And again, that's kind of just about a medium, one size fits most. So then if you want to go just a little bit different, this one is going to be the Blackfin. I think the Blackfin, I would call it, again, kind of about a medium fit. I feel like it fits me just a little bit too tight, and I kind of got that big head. Has a lot of rubber all around right where you need it, really comfortable. That's a Hydrolite is what Costa calls the rubber. By the way, the whole hardcore collection is going to be made out of a bio-resin nylon, which is better for the environment. So really durable, really tough nylon, not petroleum based, which is pretty awesome. Those fit you kind of perfect.
Yeah, they're great. It has a little more aggressive of a wrap than the Tuna Alley, but amazing side protection. Don't think those are going to fog. It's pretty decent ventilation.
Yep. So then you go a little tiny smaller than the Blackfin, which is the Fantail, and probably not even worth me trying on. They're probably a little small for me. Why don't you handsomely model those for everybody?
I'll give it a shot.
Fantail does
this
really well.
This one is definitely a little bit tighter, but still has a really good feel. And sometimes people are trying to decide whether they want to go with like a large size or a smaller size. Sometimes people like a little bit bigger size, and some people want a little bit more,
snug,
sealed.
tight
Yeah,
fit,
yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of personal preference there.
By the way, we have some videos on fit guides as well that just kind of go through the whole collections and just let you know like where they rank as far as size. So that might be helpful for you as well. Then we're going to jump into the Jose. That's another medium one. This one has spring hinges, lots of Hydrolite everywhere you need it. Just a super comfortable frame. Why don't you try that on for everybody?
Get this guy a shot.
By the way, did you know that you can get Costas in prescription?
What?
With authentic 580 lenses made at the Costa factory? What? Yes. And almost every frame, not every single frame, but almost every frame gives you the option of getting them with glass lenses with 580 technology, which is super rad. So check out SportRx to learn more about that. Then we're gonna go, Then we're gonna go into the Reefton. This is actually a personal pair of mine that I own. I have them in matte gray, which I love, with the blue mirror. Super comfortable. I would call this about a large, almost extra large fit. This one to me is like winding down the hardcore collection of where it doesn't look as much on the water. Still has the full wrap, still definitely amazing on the water, but a little less of that aggressive sport look, which is actually, well, why don't you throw them on, which is a really good lead in to the next row we have here. All right, so where the Reefton ends is kind of where this other row for us starts. And it's gonna start here with the slack tide. And the main difference between the real hardcore on the boat and the like lifestyle on the boat or off the boat is the amount of curvature. So something like this is a little bit more aesthetically pleasing right now. It's kind of more on trend, and it just doesn't wrap quite as much. So basically you're gonna give up a little bit of wind protection, a little bit of sun protection from the side, but what you're gonna pick up is you can wear these off the boat and still look fly. Like these are just cool everyday shades, but they have the hydro material where you need it, and they're gonna be the really lightweight nylon frame. So they're still really, really comfortable and durable and don't get damaged and don't get corrosive with the salt water and all that kind of stuff. So once this row kind of ends, we come over here to some of our favorites. favorites. The Slack Tide's one of my favorites. And then an amazing seller is the Rincon, and then the new Rinconcito. The Rincon is just the bigger version of the Rinconcito, and this was like the first kind of West Coast 6-face
in that style
frame from Costa that started crushing it.
Yeah, exactly right. And so they just released the Rinconcito, the slightly smaller version. And another point to think about in terms of going with a lower wrap is that you get a little bit more ventilation too. So if fogging's a real issue for you, then you may want to consider something in a 6-face wrap.
That is a really good point. Yeah, you get some more airflow in there.
Yeah, exactly right.
So then from the Rinconcito and the Rincon comes the Spearo, which I'm a little jealous right now because they don't fit me and I love them. And I'm trying to convince Costa to make them in a bigger size. So that's the Spearo. Put those on.
I'm a very big fan of this frame.
Dude, that frame's money. That might be my favorite Costa, period. And it doesn't fit me, which makes me really sad.
Yeah.
Those are sweet. They have the keyhole nose. They're total lifestyle, just rad glasses that could happen to work great on the water as well. Just such a cool frame.
Yeah.
Hydrolite everywhere where you need it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You have the option to connect the strap in the back there. It's really important.
It's a new strap system that hooks into the frame. It's really cool. Okay, so then we're gonna go to, probably shouldn't wear these so much on the boat. So the next one is the Del Mar collection, and there's two from the Del Mar collection. The first one is you say it because I never say it right. Aransas. I know the comments and me saying it wrong are just a plethora of them. I always want to say Aransas, but
I like to think if Arkansas and Kansas had a baby, get
Aransas. So this is a bigger one. It's an acetate frame. It's a glass lens. This is going to be a little bit dressier. This is going to be when you're a little bit more buttoned up. This is when you're not wearing tech material. This is kind of like off the boat, near the water, looking good, brunch with a view kind of frame. Yeah. So if you're a big Costa fan and you want something up for those dressier occasions, if you have to wear a suit and tie to work, this is kind of perfect. You can still rock Costas, but they're going to be really, really nice.
Swag level's really high.
Yeah. And then they fit you really well. I would say that's a large to extra large, but kind of medium guys get away with it.
Yeah.
The new one that just came out, I'm in love with, is the Apalach. So the Apalach is, I think, just a little bit more contemporary, a tiny bit smaller, a little bit more angles, and doesn't have the decal up front. So just a little bit different. They're very close cousins though.
Yeah. So some people are thrown off by the decal. So if you're looking for more of a clean design, then probably want to opt for that.
Why don't you try that on for everybody?
This one feels great too.
I love that color.
No gaps.
Yeah.
Fits the bridge really, really nice. The color is amazing.
Yeah, that's a great one.
As Rob said. Yeah.
All right, the last one is going to be the Baffin from the Untangled collection. We have a whole video about the Untangled collection and the story behind it, but just real brief if you're not sure. These are actually made out of recycled fishing nets that they pulled out of the water, grounded down back to nylon pellets, and then reformed into glasses. So you're doing something good for the ocean while you're wearing glasses. I think these could be on or off the boat. They're not the techiest, most hardcore, but they have the hydrolite where you need them. So it's kind of really up to you. I think probably this area is a little bit better for like hardcore fishermen on the water, but this is just such a cool story, and they came from the water and then back on the water. It's really cool.
Yeah, and a really cool style too. Kind of has that flat or kind of matte distressed look.
Yeah, the color is really cool.
Yeah, you stand out a little bit.
Yeah.
This one's great.
Yeah. So those are our favorite men's Costas of 2019. Again, prescription available. Check out SportRx, and a lot of them are available with glass lenses in the 580 technology. Hopefully this video was helpful. Please give it a thumbs up. We'd love for you to subscribe to the channel. And if you're not sure which one's the one for you, or you want to know which is the right exact Costa for you, you can put a comment down in the comment section. We'll get back to you. You can email info@sportrx.com or go old school. Call us. TJ's an optician. He works here on the phones. He'll talk you through all the Costa information you ever wanted to know.
Love to talk to you.
Later.